Hello and welcome back to the Kaiju Caballeros, where we talk about Tokusatsu media through a Latin American lens. And we have a very fun episode for you today, folks. We're going to be talking about parodies, homages, tributes, and everything in between with Tokusatsu and kind of everything else. But first, we're going to just touch upon something that's a little serious. I don't mean to get heavy on the show, but something has happened recently within our community that I feel like needs to be addressed. I will be doing our intros for everyone else on the show in just a moment, but this just kind of needs to be said. So recently, for those maybe not in the know, a little background on this. Some people may know the series Man in the Suit, created by Unknowingly. Recently, there was a scare where we thought maybe he may have taken his own life due to, bullying. Luckily, he is now recovered. I believe he's now back with his family, so he's doing better. But the point I really want to address here, just very briefly, is that this was, again, the result of bullying, harassment, and, a few other things. And I just want to say, as part of our community here, that's not something we, condone here in the Kaiju Caballeros, nor anyone in the Tokusatsu community, for the most part here. So I just want to say that, no one deserves that kind of treatment. If you don't like something, you shouldn't, go out of your way to make someone feel bad to the point of them wanting to, do harm to themselves. And again, I really expect better out of our community. I don't want us to be another fandom that does something awful to someone in the community that leads us down this path. So just, keep that in mind. Try to be kind. If there's something you don't like, you don't need to give your 2 cents every single time. Let people have their fun as long as they're doing it, safely and truly. So just keep that in mind. But yes, I just wanted to touch on that again, bullying is not cool. It's not something we want our community to be known for. So just, everyone be cool to each other and, none of this bull crap. All right. That's not what we're about. Anyways, moving on to the episode. I've been 8-Armed Spidey, aka Frankie G, and I am joined by one Kaiju Noir.
I think it's a very appropriate time to quote Bill and Ted when I say, be excellent to one another. And party on. Exactly.
And the one and only, unfortunately, David, a.k.a. Gorizard.
We know what Andres did 5 minutes ago.
This is true.
And the audience will never find out.
We'll never know. But yes, but I just wanted to speak my piece on that first and foremost, just because, again, it's a very current topic and a very, pressing matter that affects all of us at some point in our lives. So just want to don't want to get hot and heavy. We're going to have a lot of fun this episode, but I just had to say my piece on that. So thank you.
Of course. I feel like it's a very important message. And, what I think is what all fans truly would like is, a lot of people come into this fandom because they wish to find other like-minded individuals with shared interests to be able to enjoy this thing that we are all passionate about, whether it's Godzilla, Gamera, Tokusatsu, anime, Power Rangers, what have you. It's a very wonderful feeling to be able to meet other like-minded individuals, to which I have been myself very fortunate to have met guys like you, Frank and David, here to do stuff like this together. And so for someone to have come under unfortunate circumstances where they find nothing but hostility and drama and all sorts of unfortunate negative experiences, it is definitely truly heartbreaking. And I can only hope that we, at the very least, on this show, as much as we like to fool around and act like a bunch of idiots, at the very least, we are trying to at least put forth a positive example of what the Kaiju, Godzilla, Tokusatsu community is truly capable of.
Well said. But yeah, that's kind of all we wanted to touch on. Like I said, there's definitely other forums and stuff, and I definitely hope this gets... I don't want to overblown, because, again, I don't want any more heat put on this kid that reads, because, again, this kid's also 17 years old, so that's another big part. I forgot to mention that. But, again, this is a child, so... We're all adults here on this podcast. As much as we act like kids, we're adults. And again, for someone our age to be bullying someone that young, that's not cool. No. Anyways, moving right along to parodies and fun stuff like this. So I gave these boys homework and had them basically bring me a little sample platter of what they like in terms of parody, homages, and things like that. And things. So now I'm going to kind of lay out the ground rules of kind of what I was looking for, but, with obvious caveats.
Mm-hmm.
So, a parody can be anything here. It can be whether it's like a clever homage where they're, hinting at something or referencing something, or it could be a full-blown episode where the whole gag of the episode is like, oh, this is like Power Rangers or Kamen Rider. So, or again, in some instances, like some of my examples, they are basically a mixture of everything that we love in one thing, but doing it in a nice, seamless thing. Now, not everything is my cup of tea, obviously. Some of them are done quite well to the point where it's like, this is genuinely just a good thing to watch that's parodying something. And then there's ones that, don't always hold up, where it's kind of like poking fun at it, which isn't a bad thing, but sometimes it's like, all right, that's a little tired of a trope that you're making fun of there, but we'll get into that in a bit. So I think I will start things off with one of mine, just to kind of set the tone of, things I like. So my favorite one, I think I bring this up every year, and Andres can attest to it, is one of my favorite homages to the Toku genre is from, I believe it was from 2005 or 6, I believe. It was the GPS company manufacturer Garmin. They put out a commercial called Garmin Man. And if you look this up, but essentially what happened is it starts, it's a normal thing where a guy is pulled over the side of the road and unfolds a map, trying to find directions. And this map expands into this giant, like, man in a suit monster, starts attacking this literally they're on a miniature set. And then this, like, really, like, rockin', like, guitar riff starts playing. And, it's like this awesome, like, theme song. And this monster's, like, smashing up this little, like, cardboard city. And it's, like, really well done. Like, it has all the right angles you expect from, like, an Ultraman. And then the titular hero, Garmin Man, pulls out his product placement GPS, puts it on his belt, strikes a pose, and then becomes, again, a giant suited hero a la, like, an homage to Ultraman. But for me, again, we'll put it in the episode notes of, like, picture and stuff, but, like, the fact that they built a miniature set, they have the low angle shots, like, they're playing it so straight, I think is what really made me love it in a way, because they could have easily done something where, like, you see the zippers, there's,
you see, like, the strings on the flying model crafts or whatever.
But, like, they didn't. Like, they went so far as when he does a flying kick, they did the same trick where he's clearly holding onto something above him, almost like a zip line to do the kicks. Like, they're doing all the tokusatsu tropes that you would have seen in, like, classic 1966 Ultraman, all set to this really rockin', like, yeah, no, for real. I have to look up who the guy is singing it, but it's this, like, renowned, like, I think underground scene, like, metal singer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's, like, really cool. So if you get a chance, look this up. There's a full-length version of the song, too, called Grab Your Garmin. And again, it's so weird for a thing that's an advertisement for a thing I do not use. I'm so hooked on it and how fun it was.
And this was a Super Bowl commercial, right? So they had a larger than usual budget for this sort of thing.
Correct. And again, they could have easily phoned this in and made it stupid. Well, it's stupid, but, like, in the right way. But, like they could have made more fun of it. Like I was saying, like, zippers showing, like, dorky stuff. But, like, no, they played right into the genre, like the setup, the execution, the monster being blown up, like, in a cutaway explosion. And then when the hero flies away, he's a little model. Like, they do everything right. And what's even, for bonus credit, unfortunately the website's not up anymore, but for a short amount of time, he had a rogues gallery you could actually view on the Garmin website.
This I did not know.
Yeah, because there was Maposaurus, who's the titular monster, who is basically made up of road maps. Because in the song, they mentioned, like, evil highway demons, stuff you would pass while you're driving. But there was a Trafficonodactyl, if I remember. There was a giant, like, tire monster. He looked like the Michelin Man, but, like, he kind of had, like, a Hedra vibe. And then there was, like, evil Garmin Man or something like that, who was like a knockoff GPS or something like that. But, like, he had, like, a small rogues gallery, so I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah. They put a lot of thought into that. It sounds like.
And there's fun behind the scenes videos where they interview the people in it in character.
Mm-hmm.
So they interview the guy who becomes Garmin Man, and he kind of talks about, he's like, oh, when I first got the Garmin power, like, it's so fun. And even interview Maposaurus, and he's like, oh, when I was a little monster, I used to practice in my backyard. Like, it's so cheeky and fun. So yeah, we'll definitely put a link in the description, but that's almost like basically number one on our list of, like, parodies that, again, did not need to go that hard, but did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of where I'm coming out of how I like my parodies. I don't mind if it's teasing and making fun of it, but at the same time, there's a level of respect involved where I'm like, you get it. You get why this is fun.
Right. Like, make it look cool, essentially.
Because that's the thing, like, obviously, because it's one of those things, like, we already know this is kind of dorky and, lame and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, but that's why it's awesome. So for someone to elevate it to a next level is really, special. But that's my first one, is the Garmin Man advertisement.
Cool. David, did you ever saw this commercial?
No. When did it air?
I want to say, I believe, I'll look it up while we're talking, but I believe I want to say it was either 2005 or 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a TV spot.
I do remember Doritos.
2007, that's when it was.
2007?
Yeah, it was around 2007 Super Bowl.
Let's see. I'm trying to look up the Garmin commercial right now as we speak so that we can get David's actual... Well, yeah, I'm going to show him the 30-second one.
No, actually, no. Show him because it's a 3-minute full version of it.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of recording a podcast right now.
Never! I don't care. I know exactly. No, please, yeah.
A live reaction? You guys want me to cry to a commercial?
Yes.
It's really cool. I'm not trying to oversell it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Can we? Are we able to watch it here and just cut back to us after we've seen it?
Let me just record. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So we'll just watch it off the recording, and then when we get back, we can get David's raw reaction to this.
Yeah, because this one, I described it pretty good. This has to be seen. And we're back. Okay, so we just showed David the full cut of the Garmin Grab Your Garmin music video. And David, what are your thoughts? Because mine, I was freaking out the whole time because I love it so much.
I don't understand how I missed this back in 2007?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because it was a Super Bowl spot. I don't remember it airing too many times after the fact.
Actually, I know why I missed it. I didn't have my first laptop at that time until a year later.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, a lot of people still don't know about this thing because, it was so just kind of lost. And it was also during I would say, the big Tokusatsu drought when Godzilla basically, quote-unquote, retired.
Yeah.
Ultraman, I don't think Ultraman Mebius was out yet either. Nothing was going on in the Tokusatsu world at the time.
And I would say it took quite a while for, Ultraman. I want to say this was probably right around the time where, fan subs of, Ultraman and Kamen Rider content was just barely starting to take off. And I think the original Mill Creek DVDs of Ultraman were right around the corner at this point.
Yeah, I think this was right when I was early into high school because I didn't start getting that stuff until high school. Yeah,
so if anyone knew what the fuck was going on in this commercial, it was most likely the boomers who had grown up with Ultraman back in the day.
And I had just kind of dipped my toes into Ultraman, but but David, but you see what I meant when I said they kind of nailed the assignment.
Yeah.
All the silly little things that we know from Ultraman, they did, but they did it earnestly, and you can tell.
Yeah, somebody was a fan, so this was a place of love and not from let's make fun of this and that.
Yeah, that's what I think, and that's what I kind of appreciate about it, is because it was so well put together, well thought out, and again, a clear love for the genre that again I don't think I've seen almost other than the examples I'm about to give, but in most other things, because again, it's usually they're either making fun of it or making it ultra violent, but nothing has been straight up no, this is our little love letter to Ultraman. Grab your Garmin, take on the world. Right? No, isn't it so catchy? I hate it. So and again, it's a thing that kind of doesn't exist anymore. I don't even know if Garmin's a company anymore.
That's a really good question because as we were talking about off recording, the idea of using a GPS is such an antiquated piece of technology nowadays because it's just something that's just baked into either our phones or our own cars. So there's no need.
And that was the whole version. The point of the ad campaign is that when you have the Garmin, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Enough of shill in there.
What a time,
but yeah,
man.
So that's my first one.
Yeah. So do we go
Andres,
yes.
Andres, do you want to go next or do you want to go next?
Let's see.
The Mexican first.
Whoa. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. So, what I would like to talk about is, let's stay on the topic of live action parodies. I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, something that for longtime fans of the Kaiju Noir channel will know, and that is Gehara, the dark and long-haired monster from 2009. This was a...
I have one I've heard about, I have not seen.
You have not seen. Okay, so this was a 20-minute TV special that aired, I believe it was...
it was really that short? I actually thought it was a full-length movie.
No. So this was sort of like a pseudo-spiritual successor. So the guy behind this short is Kiyotaka Taguchi. And for fans of Ultraman, you may know him as the special effects supervisor or special effects director of the modern wave of Ultraman, of new generation Ultraman, starting from, I believe, 2015's Ultraman X. He would later go on to work on Orb, Zet, and would eventually become a director, I believe, for Ultraman Blazar. So he's been involved with the Ultraman franchise for the last 11 years now. And I remember he also recently did another Kaiju parody short that was in collaboration with a tourist organization advertising hot springs. So they introduced a monster related to hot springs. I haven't seen the short myself. I wish I knew the name off the top of my head. I should have looked it up beforehand.
I'm looking at a picture of him. He's cute.
Did you see the picture of him with the Zet transformation device?
No, but I'm seeing just pictures of him and I'm like, oh, he looks like a little mole.
Wait, the monster or Kiyotaka Taguchi?
No, Gehara.
Oh, Gehara. Okay. Well, you should have told me what you were talking about then.
You should assume I'm talking about the monster. I don't like people.
Very fair. So Taguchi, he was also someone who has come to G-Fest multiple times. And I remember, I believe it was the first time...
G-Fest also topical, but we're not going to get into that today.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
If you're listening to the day this episode comes out, you know exactly what we're talking about.
No, Anders, do it correctly. Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Can I get a woof in chat? Anyways, continue, please.
I just remember Taguchi talking about his career and going back to his older stuff. And back in the day, I remember him specifically for two shorts. One was Daikaiju Ega G, and which was, I forgot how long it was. I believe it might have been like a 50-minute short film. About a super soldier who had accidentally turned himself into a monster, and so his best friend has to pilot an experimental giant robot in order to put an end to his rampaging best friend. And it was incredibly ambitious. Granted, a lot of it looks like it was shot on a VHS camcorder, but it's so incredibly ambitious for what it was doing. It was doing things I had never seen before in terms of green screen compositions. And the thing I've loved Taguchi's work for is he knows how to keep the camera moving. Whereas if you ever looked at, like, say, the Heisei era of Godzilla, or even the Millennium series for that matter, it's always static shots whenever you see the monsters in the background and the people in the foreground. Mm-hmm. But for him, if you ever seen any Gehara, G, or any of his Ultraman stuff, he's always experimenting with what you can do with the camera, in contrast to like what is being in terms of combining the suit elements with the real life actor elements. There's actually a special episode of, I want to say, Kira Major, which was a Super Sentai series that was like crystal themed, and he directed an episode of that. It could be Kira Major, it could have been Zen Kaiger, but basically these Super Sentai teams, there was like several Rangers who are in the foreground fighting a bunch of a bunch of henchmen, while the Megazord is in the background fighting off the giant monster, and the camera is doing a 360. So like as the camera is moving around, it's panning around this fight, whereas you see the monster and the giant monster fight happening, to where the giant monster knocks the sword out of the Megazord's hand and lands directly in the middle of the Ranger fight.
I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah, and it's truly spectacular. The first episode of Ultraman Z, I remember there was like
one of my favorites.
Yeah, the first episode, you have this medium-sized Gomez monster that's chasing these people down a hall.
And it's Avengers, like, also running around.
Yeah, but like you...
Actually, the fight between... actually, a more impressive scene than that is the fight between, I think it's Zet, Ultraman Zero, and Jeed Armored, when they're fighting those dudes, because the camera's sweeping underneath their legs and over them.
Right.
Like, it's literally doing, like, a Ferris wheel over them. Like, it's going under them and over top of them.
Oh, big time. So, like, this guy has a lot of talent, and you can see that a lot with the original... go ahead.
Visual stretch, too.
Mm-hmm.
But Gahara, in Gahara, explain more of that, because you kind of glossed over the thing you were talking about.
Sorry, I just wanted to talk...
What you're talking about? I want to know more about this, because I've never seen it.
Yeah. So, like, I mentioned before, like, I just want to build up just who this guy is, like, what he went on to do, and how much he has affected mainstream tokusatsu. You know, he was one of those fans who got to live the dream, essentially. He is the modern Eiji Tsuburaya and of Ultraman, and that's awesome. So, going back to Gahara, it's basically a 20-minute love letter to the Showa era, where you have this giant monster. It shows up out from the ocean. It attacks a boat, very similar to Godzilla 54, where every victim he attacks, he steals their hair, and he leaves the humans absolutely traumatized. There's another portion where you see a married couple who are about to take their wedding photo.
So it's like the Zarbaldi Bald Empire in Bobobo?
Yeah, essentially.
Taking people's hair.
He attacks a married couple as they're about to take a photo of themselves, akin to the victims of Rodan from the 56 movie. There are, what was it? Mankind. There's this the military. They're trying to fight off against Gahara. Once he comes onto land, he's knocking over shit. He's fighting these monsters. They bring out a super weapon because they were like, they try to shoot missiles at him, but every time they shoot missiles at him, his hair follicles burn, and when his hair burns, it creates a toxic fume that the humans cannot stand up against, akin to, like, say, what happens in The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, where if they shoot at him, his radioactive blood poisons everyone. So what they do is they bring out a device very similar in appearance to the Markalite cannon from the Mysterians, which is actually a fan that blows wind strong enough to blow off Gahara's scalp, leaving a bald spot, which is the perfect weak spot to launch missiles at.
And everyone points him going, bald.
My eyes!
That's the side note. I'm a cosplayer. That's one of our favorite things to do at any convention. When someone's putting on their wig and they just have their wig cap, everyone pauses in the room and go, bald.
That's
like
funny.
At this point. But no, that sounds really cool. We'll definitely have to watch it at some point together.
And then what's really funny is that you have this like main character who, I believe he's a reporter. He's watching all of this go down, and he's just like trying to follow this find out where Gahara came from. He finds this old village akin to the Odo Islanders from Godzilla 54. And what's really funny is that once they defeat Gahara, he tumbles down into a lake similar in appearance to the one from Varan, and the main village elder, all out of nowhere, he's like, "Who is the real monster here?" So there are a lot of just wonderful, charming moments in this short. Like I said, that captures the look and feel of a typical like Showa era golden age kaiju film. It definitely, like, you can tell Kiyotaka Taguchi and his team, they knew, much like with the Garmin commercial, they did their homework. They knew, they were clearly fans of this genre. They put out a lot of Easter eggs for those who are really in the know. And then out of nowhere, there's just a post-credit scene that just throws even more references down your throat, and it honestly makes me wish that this could have been expanded into its own little like mini franchise. Which, unfortunately, despite the movie teasing a sequel, Gehara, Monster Martial Law, such a follow-up never came to be, and it was clearly one of those things where it was just filmed for the sake of having a fun little ending to the short.
And that was during that kind of weird silent run I like to call, like, again, the in-between years of, like, the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Where we got, like, I think it was Raigo, Death Kappa,
Monster X Strikes Back, Attack the G8 Summit.
And I think the only one that was like a legit monster movie out of that whole bunch was Gamera the Brave, I believe.
Gamera the Brave, absolutely. And let's see.
I mean, in terms of like non-parody, like Kaiju, because that was 2007, I believe. Like, it was like a bunch of weird, like, kind of shite ones, and then just like, I don't know, we're Gamera the Brave.
And then, do you remember when, I think it was Media Blasters that put out Demiking the Sea Monster, which you would think would be a monster movie, because it advertises this like sea snail Godzilla monster, only for that snail to only appear in a dream sequence, and the rest of the movie is like this like coming of age story involving a bunch of kids.
You know what's funny? I've never heard of it. I just looked it up, and again, it looks like Namagon from Ultra Q.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I never saw the movie. I just remember seeing reviews of it and just how misleading the marketing was in the US.
Also the title of the fucking movie is called Demiking the Sea Monster.
Yeah. Oh, Negadon, the monster from Mars. That was another short. That was like,
that was good. Actually, I recently rewatched that one. Obviously, doesn't like it's still good visually, but it definitely was way ahead of its time when it came out.
Yeah,
the special effects now are pretty standard.
Yeah. I have the DVD too, David. I remember it when it came out.
What's cool is that the DVD came with like a big fold-out newspaper.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. And I remember Gehara. This was one of the first bootlegs I have ever purchased from Showa Video, and it was fully subbed. I don't know if Gehara. I know. Here's a funny thing. So SRS Cinema, they put out a lot of indie kaiju stuff on DVD, Blu-ray, and even VHS over the last several years. They have tried to find the owners of Gehara and Daikaiju Eiga G to give it some form of release. But as far as I know, they were unable to like track down like who to contact, or whatever leads that they had resulted in dead ends. So
that's interesting and weird.
Yeah. So it's like
that's like Gamera 4. It's just like it kind of like unless you know a person, you're not seeing that movie.
I mean, luckily Gehara, if you know where to look, you can definitely find it. I happen to have a digital copy of it myself with subtitles, but so I'd say Gehara is definitely far more available. I remember it used to be on YouTube in full. I'm not sure if that upload is still on there.
It's somewhere if you look hard enough.
Yeah, but it's so weird because like this, I remember when Gehara was very new to me back in the day, and now like all these years later, it's such a oh, actually, I found it. I found it on YouTube.
Looking for that. It's Davis time.
Yes, that's right. But I will say, I loved it to death back then. I still love it now. It is for me the definitive kaiju parody.
David, it's your turn.
My turn?
Yes, David.
It's your turn to present to the class.
I was about to dismantle Andres' whole argument.
Nope. We'll do that after. We'll do that later.
What's your counter argument? Nuh-uh.
Was the one that ended with the UFOs rising out of the lake, right?
Yes, David. Thank you for spoiling it for the audience.
For a movie that a lot of people may not even have access to.
It is a 20-year-old short film.
It is a nearly 20-year-old short film.
Also, aliens in a show homage. Say it ain't so.
I remember at the time that I saw it, I think it was Andres that gave me the link.
Yes, I did, because I was sharing that shit everywhere.
Near the end of our segment, we're also going to be talking about parodies we don't like. But first, David, tell us one that you do like.
I I guess I just came up with my third one, so I guess I got three now. But
nice.
My first one is...
We got to tighten ours up a little bit.
My first one is not that significant to me, but it's something that I noticed as a kid.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen Animaniacs as kids?
Oh, yes, I know where you're going.
Are you talking about the cool little Power Ranger thing they did?
Did they do one? Because
yeah,
I'm talking about the Godzilla references they did.
Oh, that one too.
Oh, shit. Yes.
I think it's because Steven Spielberg just loved Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, specifically, they went so far as to recreate Raymond Burr's character.
Yes, in the Pinky and the Brain episode. He fights the Raymond Burr. They fight Gollyzilla. Yeah.
And there's just so many references of that. And I just remember as a kid, my God, that is so specific. And I think it was didn't the squirrel have her own spin-off cartoon?
I think it was like a longer segment. Yeah, Slappy the Squirrel.
Yeah, because I remember I one of the characters, I'm pretty sure it was the little squirrel kid, her sidekick, was watching a movie called Mung Bean, and I was like, wait, isn't that Godzilla?
Yeah, they had that one. Actually, side tangent, in the first episode of the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, he watches a movie called Birdzilla, and it's the same type of deal. It's like this Godzilla creature with wings.
I used to watch these cartoons as a kid, and it always flabbergasted me that there were these Godzilla references in these American cartoons, because I thought Godzilla at that time was something obscure that only I liked.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what was interesting, because I believe at the time, because this was around in the 90s, is that a lot of those, it's much like how we're seeing certain parodies from the early 2000s show up in media now. Because for them, those things were just were on television when they were kids.
Right.
So now they're animating to it.
Right. In the late 60s, early 70s, when these creators were probably, young kids, 10-year-olds who eventually grew up to become part of the entertainment industry. So now they're just making stuff based off of what they grew up with.
Yeah, and also during the time too, like Godzilla 98 wasn't out yet, so like Godzilla was just part of a nostalgia in the culture. Like it wasn't a current thing at the time.
I think I also remember there was one episode of Animaniacs where they were doing a parody of Green Eggs and Ham, and it's like, would you like them in Japan with Godzilla and Rodan?
Yeah. I remember there's another one. I think it's Yakko introducing. I think it's like Masterpiece Theater, but then Godzilla breaks through the roof.
Oh.
But you think it's like, oh, it's his monster piece, and then Godzilla burns a hole through the roof.
Yeah, or if we're talking about like Looney Tunes, do you remember? I think it was like Smogzilla. It was like that short where Daffy Duck is singing at a nightclub with a bunch of like all kinds of monster like horror.
Yeah, that was also Spielberg. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then he in the end of the dream ends with Daffy getting eaten by Godzilla.
So I think anything that Spielberg touches is bound to have an homage to Godzilla.
Well, I think he famously said Jaws was inspired by his love of Godzilla, I believe.
And Jurassic Park too.
Oh, very much so. Yeah,
I feel like that's just because dinosaurs exist.
I mean, it makes me wonder, like, why Spielberg never got to work on a full blown giant monster movie, not counting Lost World, Jurassic Park.
You know what I think it was? Like, this might be just me, like, assuming too much, but I feel like it was because they're such big fans that as a bigger director as they are, I feel like they almost feel like too precious about it. Like they would hate to ruin it.
That does make sense because these
it's much like how Tim Burton has done Godzilla homages in almost all of his early projects.
Yeah.
He's never made a Godzilla movie.
Right. I mean, like,
Godzilla shows up in Pee-wee. There's Godzilla references in Frankenweenie.
Yeah.
I like Beetlejuice has the sandworm like monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like there was hints, bits and pieces. I believe in some of the stuff that like there's just Godzilla stuff in the background. Like dude is a fan. Like dude loved it.
And for guys like Spielberg and Burton, like at least during this time, during their, I would say their heyday, their peak, the peaks of their careers, they were very much so like working on original projects that they or their writers or producers all like were pitching together. So like this really wasn't quite the era of like, oh, we got to adapt something or we got to attach this big name to this big IP. I mean, obviously there's Batman, of course. Batman, I guess Jurassic Park, if that counts because it was a novel. But you know what I mean, I think, at this point.
Yeah. But that was just more of an homage. Dave, do you have another one just so we can give you more than one?
Next one is kind of sort of near and dear to me. It's something that's always been there when I was a kid. The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, there are so many references to not just Godzilla, but like Gamera and even Ultraman at one point.
Oh yeah, the Japan couch gag, Homer's Ultraman.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
And
or what is it, Ralph? My sash says Ultraman.
Yeah, that too.
I love that one so much.
I don't know if it's Matt Groening. I'm pretty sure Matt Groening is.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And he's like, if you look at any of his old comics and stuff, there's a little Godzilla poster everywhere.
Yeah, Matt Groening and probably the writers' room are Godzilla fans, but because there's always at least one Godzilla reference per season.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. I can't say for sure all of them, but at least a majority of them have a Godzilla reference. Well, actually, another thing that references, I remember Nickelodeon. I used to get Nickelodeon magazine as a kid. I remember there always was some little hidden Godzilla parody somewhere in most of the issues, either in one of their little side gag comics or like a reference to something Godzilla related. I always remember that was a little. I was like, huh? Ooh. Someone on the staff really must like Godzilla.
Speaking of Nickelodeon, did any of you ever saw the Rugrats special Runaway Reptar?
Yep, well, Reptar, again, that's another one.
Yeah, but I feel like Runaway Reptar was like the first time they really like fully leaned in on the parody aspect of like having a bunch of scientists who are trying to find a means of defeating the monsters, all while you have Reptar and Dactar duking it out in Japan.
With Mecha Reptar.
Mecha Reptar, that's right. Yeah. And then this, I think that might have been the first time I ever noticed a parody making fun of the words not matching the lip movements. Yeah, and like as a kid, I never noticed the mouth flaps not matching the dialogue because I was a dumb kid back then. So I'm like, why are they doing that? That doesn't happen in the movies. And then I look back at the movies like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me these were never filmed in English?
I remember one thing that was kind of funny about the Runaway Reptar that, again, might have been unintentional, but I remember they somehow nail the inconsistencies of how big these guys are. Because I remember in the opening of the movie, like Robo Reptar is like smashing cities he's like bigger than, and then near the tail end of the movie when both of them are fighting, the buildings are bigger than them, and they're like standing in the middle of the street fighting.
Yeah,
like they're just like normal sized guys in that scene. It's like, wait a minute, what?
And also, I just love how, like, in the real world,
that also just maybe shitty animation.
And I do want to say, I love how in the real world you have these kids who are just like experiencing their first time ever going to a drive-in theater.
Well, that was also early Rugrats too. Like one of the first episodes of like early Rugrats is when it was just Tommy and stuff. Like they take him to the movies, and he just wants to see the Reptar movie.
Yeah.
Remember that? He like sneaks into the projector room to like find the Reptar movie.
Right. I mean, it's those little moments like those are like just so nostalgic for me. Like, because like for me as a kid, I was having like fun adventures like that when I was that age. So it's like, it was very relatable to me.
You were a dangerous kid if you were having fucking.
You ran away a lot.
Yeah, but nothing can hold me down. I have my trusty screwdriver and everything.
You're a stew diver. So for my next one to move right along here is I mentioned this briefly, I think like 2 episodes ago, but I picked up a really cool comic book at my local comic book shop. Shout out to Crime Relay Comics. Love you, Andrew. This is my actual official shout out to you. It's called Shin Zero. This was put out by Bablet and Singlin. I might be butchering that, but we'll put that in the episode description. But essentially, this is a modern kind of take on the whole Power Rangers thing. I'm not sure if either of you have ever seen Tiger and Bunny, but
I've heard of it, but you've told me about it, but I haven't seen it myself.
So with Tiger and Bunny, it's basically, again, My Hero Academia owes a lot to this story. So basically, in this world, when you're a superhero, you basically become sponsored. So a lot of these superheroes will have like Bandai, Nike, things on their super suits. And when they're fighting crime in this like certain area, they'll like, make monies for their sponsorships to, feed their families and stuff.
So basically treating the superhero gig as a 9-to-5 job.
Essentially, yeah. So that's kind of the deal. So now in Shin Zero, it's even more so because the era of the Power Rangers, it's now almost like a civil servant or a gun for hire. So they can be hired for kind of anything. You can hire a Sentai teammate to watch your store during the day. You can hire one to do security at a nightclub. So it ranges from either a high level task like a drug bust, or like something as simple as like, hey, can you help like move this piano up my stairs?
Yeah.
So essentially the series revolves around a handful of teens who, again, form up a crew. So you either can be like enrolled just in regular academia, or like you can have a side hustle as a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And again, but it really varies because a lot of these people are not super powered. That's the difference in this world so far. Mm-hmm. Only issue 1. So like these people, like some of these guys, like, will train their asses off, learn skills and stuff. But for the most part, outside of their costumes, which some of them, even they say in here, you can buy used or you make yourself as a Sentai for hire. So again, it's very cutthroat. Like, again, it's basically like just odd jobs, like on almost like what's the thing? It's not Uber Eats. What's it called? It's not Instacart. What's the one where it's kind of the same thing, but you kind of just get picked up for anything?
Lyft?
I forgot what it's called.
Or
no. I forgot. It'll come to me eventually. But it's essentially, like I said, there's an app that basically you can enroll yourself in, and then you just get hired at odd jobs.
Oh yeah, like Fiverr? Is that one?
Yes, yeah, that's what I might be thinking of. Fiverr, where like it's kind of just like, oh hey, like again, I need 3, Sentais to, cover the security job I'm working. Like, so that's essentially it. So the rest I won't spoil it because there's a lot of very interesting character drama within there. Mm-hmm. And homages, they even homage Ultraman. Again, I won't spoil how they do it, but it's a very interesting take of the whole like mythos of like Megazords, how they came to be Ultraman type characters in various kaiju.
Yeah.
So definitely it came out basically as a trade, and it's only on volume 1, so hopefully more will come. But it's a very interesting read, very cool art style. It's a completely black and white comic, but the main characters are only represented via their color.
Mm-hmm.
So their dialogue. So if Green Ranger's talking, green is the dialogue box. Parts of his outfit that have green on it are the only thing they can color in the comic. So it's a very interesting art style they got going on here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the artwork on Amazon right now, which is
so only if they're dressed up do they have color at all going on.
Right. And yeah, I definitely really like it. I especially like the way they diversify the suits. The suits don't seem to have like a solid, coherent theming. They all have like various different patterns of white across their single color suits. Their visors are executed. Visors and mouth plates are done in different ways. So you can tell these sort of came from different people from different teams / backgrounds, but I especially like the combination of their spandex suit with like urban wardrobes. They got jackets and skirts.
Yeah, I think that's what drew me to most is, again, it's like you basically got tech wear fashion plus tokusatsu. Actually, the closest thing I think that's come to that is I believe it was not Car Ranger, the recent one. It was like Rangers. It was the one with their tires for faces.
Boon Boonger.
Boom Boonger, yeah. Those ones, again, one of the coolest things about that is that they have their Sentai suits, then they're just wearing fucking bomber jackets, and that's sick.
Or, you know what? It also, I wouldn't be surprised if they took some inspiration from Into the Spider-Verse with how Miles Morales wore shirts.
I believe so, because there are a handful of guys here where, again, on top of their outfits, some of them are just wearing gym shorts over their costumes.
Gym shorts, hoodies, shoes, sneakers, yeah.
So it's a very interesting series, and like I said, it definitely goes places that I won't spoil. But like, there's some moments. I'll spoil one instance of what I mean by like these are just kids fresh out of high school, where on one of their first gigs, they just have to do a simple like drug bust kind of thing, and they get into a scrap. The kid doesn't know how to fight. He pulls out an actual switchblade on the guy attacking him, and everyone in the team is like, "What the hell are you doing, dude? Like, are you crazy?" because again, they're not armed. They're just like, again, basically just like muscle for hire. But again, they're teenagers. So teenagers with attitude, of course.
Yeah.
But again, it's like we're the Rangers. We're actually just teenagers with attitude. So this kid gets scared, pulls a knife out, and everyone's like, what the hell, dude?
I definitely like that, where it's like it's clearly showing where it's showing its inspiration on its sleeve, but from the sounds of it, it's really like going in its own direction, trying to make it its own thing, and I definitely respect that a lot.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot going on. Very interesting character designs too. The story again, it leaves on a cliffhanger that really has me like, I need this next issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a lot to chew on, a lot to explore that, again, I need more of it, because they give us certain character beats where I'm like, I was not expecting this relationship to happen, or so on and so forth. But that's definitely what to look up. So yeah, it's called Shin Zero. So check it out if you can. I think their initial Kickstarter is over, but if they start the new one for the next issue, definitely seek it out and support it, because this sort of thing, this is another example of like Tokusatsu media, where again, it's not the boom comics where they're just kind of retreading the old ground that we talked about. Mm-hmm. This is obviously still, grasping at low-hanging fruit at certain points, but other aspects, it's like, I could see someone who's not into Sentai read this and really like it. Mm-hmm. Because obviously you and I would get that stuff, but at the same time, there's a lot of, again, like modern drama and aesthetics of, again, people like, some people are like, doing this because it's like, hey, I want to get into this college. I need to like make money so I can, afford to do this.
Yeah. Very much so relatable to people of our age who have gone through such, struggles and hardships. Another character has a child. She was like, yeah, I'm doing this so I can, get custody with my, more custody with my kid. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of deep stuff that it's like, wow, this is like going deeper than I thought. Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that out. That's my second one. Cool.
Andres, you're next.
All right.
Make it tight. That is getting sleepy.
Let's see here. So the next thing I would like to talk about is a 10-episode series from 2024. It is Wingman. Now, Wingman is a very interesting. Wingman is a very interesting franchise. It started out as a 13-volume manga from 1983.
I was aware of the old anime.
Yes, the anime came out a year later in 84. It ran for 47 episodes. And
that's back when fucking syndication was crazy.
Yes, when anyone could have a 50-episode season, apparently.
No, for real. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, what is it, Monster and Devilman? They're like 80 episodes deep.
Yeah. So, cut to 2024, and Wingman makes its big debut as a live-action series starring Maito Fujioka, the son of Hiroshi Fujioka, a.k.a. the OG Takeshi Hongo, Kamen Rider #1.
Yeah, so you have
the son of Kamen Rider as the main hero, Wingman. Now, what's interesting is Wingman...
Also, shout out to that entire family. Holy shit.
Yes, because now you have both of his children.
Yeah, because I think, his son was Wingman and also Kamen Rider in a short. Yes. And then his daughter recently was, I think, one of the Kamen Rider in another series.
Yes, Kamen Rider Ainz, I believe that's what she's called. Yeah, Kamen Rider
Ainz.
Whereas Maito played a young version of his father.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, Takeshi Hongo. And also, big shout out for Hiroshi Fujioka, who played the mascot of Sega during the era of the Sega Saturn.
Sega
Sanshiro, Sanshiro.
Another additional fun fact in Project Cross Zone for the he is a summon you can have as a side character,
and it doesn't matter.
Here's the best part.
Yeah.
His attack summon, he comes on stage, does a judo flip on you, your enemy explodes, and then he walks off camera towards the camera.
Yeah.
Like he breaks the fourth wall, but just like he throws the guy into the background and then walks into the foreground.
Yeah. But what's great is that, like, and no matter who it is, like, it could be like a Sega character from the future or a Sega character from a fantasy world. Every Sega character knows who Segata Sanshiro is. They're like, holy shit, it's the legend himself.
Meanwhile, has a planet named after him.
Yeah.
That's a real fact.
Yes. Anyways, and also Maito his son would go on to play the son of Segata Sanshiro, Sega Shiro, when they revived the concept for the 60th anniversary of Sega.
Sega.
So, Wingman. So, Wingman as a manga / anime, it started as a love letter, a tribute to Tokusatsu, where you have this main character. He's an absolute geek about Tokusatsu, and he just essentially gets to live the dream. He is a fanboy who got to become a superhero fanboy that got to become a superhero himself. It's like Captain Marvel in a way.
Mm.
And they're
DC's Captain Marvel.
DC's Captain Marvel, exactly. I gotta be specific about that. Shazam, as the kids call him these days.
Shazam.
A woman from another dimension. She is she's like a princess being chased by these evil villains who wish to conquer
what I'm saying, fellas.
world.
You know what I mean, right? Ladies from another dimension. You know what I'm saying, fellas.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, ladies be dimension hopping.
She has with her a very dangerous weapon, which is a journal, a book with blank pages. If you have
Death Note.
Honestly, it's like a Tokusatsu Death Note, where like whatever you write in the book becomes reality. So that's why the villains want that. So for him, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what this book is. So he just starts using it as a journal, just jotting down ideas for a Tokusatsu suit and his OC. He's basically drawing his OC and his power sets and transformations and all that stuff. And wouldn't you know it, the moment he's cosplaying and he's doing his signature Ching pose, bam, he instantly henshins into Wingman.
Hey, so sometimes you gotta believe it hard enough.
Yeah, so you have these villains. They are showing up. They are attacking his friends and family. So he's got to change into Wingman in order to save the day. So
I don't know if I like that word.
It's basically change, but without the E in there.
Well, it's not my favorite Joseph Chaku.
That is true, but hey, not everyone can Joe their Chakus.
Can be Joseph Chaku.
So Wingman, despite only being 10 episodes, because this ain't no 50 episode anime. This is what's interesting is that Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, they're able to go 50 episodes because they are shows aimed at kids year round. This is only 10 episodes because it was only meant for the primetime audience. And as I've come to learn, primetime audiences really, they only get to have like 10 to 13 episodes per season before like
sometimes that's better.
Oh, for sure. And for 10 episodes, it's the perfect length to tell the story that it's trying to tell.
No could live from the 10 episodes.
It doesn't overstay its welcome. Infinity. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It does just enough of the Tokusatsu truth. Too. Oh yeah, the suit is fucking cool. The cosplay suit that he has that's red is very charming.
It's kind of funny? He kind of looks like that character from what's the John Cena superhero show? What's it called?
John Cena superhero.
Peacemaker?
Yeah, who's his friend who literally is just a Power Ranger?
Oh, the ninja guy.
He literally looks like that character? Guy. Yeah, the Power Ranger. How do we not know this?
I haven't watched the show, unfortunately.
Me neither.
I've seen the show, and I know what character you're talking about, but
what's his name?
His name is escaping me.
Tell me!
Oh, Vigilante.
Vigilante.
Okay.
Really? No, come on.
Vigilante looks more like a Kamen Rider.
But you see him, but you know what I mean? Like you got the Wingman colors.
Yes.
Anyways,
yes, yeah.
Wingman's super cool, made by your baby boy from Baby Town, doing his daddy proud.
And also, this is a show made by Toei, so there's a lot, they name drop and showcase a lot of Toei properties. Like his room is decorated with a bunch of 80s and 90s Sentai Sentai characters, Metal Heroes, Kamen Riders, and there's one episode where he goes to a live stage show performance of Gavan, believe it or not. And
Whoa.
they have Gavan showing up there.
Did he do like the money fly? He's like, I want to warn you about your future.
No, unfortunately, I don't know. This was 2024. This was before Gojuger even came out, so there's no way they would have known anything about Gavan Infinity.
Of course not.
Although that would be funny. Now I'm imagining like Wingman as like Marty McFly. I have to tell you about the future. Your life depends on it.
It's like, no. Oh well. But that's fun. Where can people watch this if they want to see it?
Unfortunately, well, I think you would have to sail the 7 seas in order to watch Wingman, but it is available.
I have to find it.
It is available fan subbed, and if you know the ways of the David, then yes, you can easily find it through those channels. Like I said, the fans have at least fully subbed it, so you don't got to worry about that.
Maybe.
As to when it will get an official release, we don't have anything yet. However, you didn't hear it from me, but I heard through the grapevine that they're looking for someone to release it. Okay. Again, you didn't hear it from me.
Well, all I'm saying is that it sounds like they need a wingman.
Most likely, and
the biggest
everything else.
Moving right along, David, you said you had there's a third one you had because you gave us 2, so we'll take your third one.
Have you guys ever seen Crank 2?
I have.
I think I know. I have saw it a long time ago. I think I know which scene you're talking about.
Yeah,
please.
The Tokusatsu scene. Everyone says it's modeled after War of the Gargantuas. I can see it just because it's. I think it's just implied because it's just 2 dudes fighting. Yeah, but it does involve like basically like miniature high tension wires that they're like smashing into. Yeah, the guys at Reddit are calling it a kaiju fight scene more than an homage to Gargantuous, but it's an homage to that entire genre. It's like that commercial you just showed us. The guys were fans and they understood the mission. Oh yeah, no, it's well done. Like the way it's framed, the way it's shot, because again, it's shot from those low like Ultraman angles, and I'm pretty sure he's wearing like they have like a weird like monster face on him, like he's got like a weird prosthetic face or something. It's Jason Statham's head, just bigger than usual. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's got like a weird giant like big O head, and then like they're fighting in like the rain and shit. It's like crazy. Yeah. And it kind of comes out of nowhere. Yeah, the entire movie comes out of nowhere, but that's the fun of it. And this is probably my favorite scene from that, but maybe because I'm being biased, because I love that genre, and the fact that they paid homage to it is just makes it all the more better. Oh yeah, no, that it's truly it's a fun scene where it's all I really remember about that movie.
I'm looking at images online, and this looks amazing.
Yeah, no, it's tight. It's real tight. Here's the video. It's on. Just scroll through it. It's so damn fun. Yeah, he gets like electrified. He basically gets super electrified, and then he fucking eat chucks and fucking grows big. And you're like, is this real?
Yeah. Is this real life or is this fantasy? Am I caught in a landslide with no escape from reality?
But that's another really good scene in what is it? Another scene I think that also has like the high tension wires. I believe that I can think of. I just had it too. There's a very similar scene. I believe. Actually, no. I want to say it's a scene in multiple scenes, but I believe it's a scene in 30 Rock. I think a character like steps on like a toy or something like that, and then they go into slow motion where he's like crashing into a bunch of stuff. Where it's like Godzilla smashing shit. I forgot exactly, but it's like a very similar idea where like out of nowhere this minute or 2 long Godzilla like homage happens just out of nowhere in a scene.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scene right now. I definitely see the War of the Gargantua's influence in here, and I love that they have like false head masks and feet for this, or hands, feet, and masks.
And also in 30 Rock, one of the characters opens up a sushi bar where Godzilla and Mechagodzilla just fight each other. So that one's not even a parody. The guy just says like, "Oh yeah, I have to shut down my restaurant. Why? Because we can't afford the license to these guys." And then just Godzilla and Mechagodzilla just fighting each other. And it's like actual Godzilla suit and actual Kiryu suit, like fighting each other.
Andres is watching it right now.
Indeed. I'm just looking at.
I'm gonna send you the surreal picture of it because it's literally like a Godzilla 62 suit versus Kiryu.
By the way,
and then in the middle of the frame, Alec Baldwin standing there.
Right. By the way, the top comment here on the link that
all three of them total monsters.
The top comment on the link that David sent me says this may be the single greatest "why the hell not" moment I've ever seen in a widely released movie.
Not even Ruhei Kudamura could bring this absolute cinema.
Honestly, this is what was missing from fucking Godzilla Final Wars. It's just Ozaki just randomly growing big because why the hell not?
Well, again, what I thought was gonna happen, I thought like it would have made more sense if like Kiryu was there and he was like G Gundam style piloting Kiryu.
Yeah. Apparently, what was it at one point?
I also thought they were mind melded. I thought they were mind melded because that one scene where he's on top of Monster X beating the shit out of him, I thought they were like brain connected.
Let's see.
That's probably my favorite scene in like ever.
Yeah.
But moving to my because I'm going to talk other homages too in a second, but my third and final one is I've talked about it like is the series Gigabots.
Hell yeah.
YouTube by the Duncan Bros. It is both parts a Power Ranger parody, but it's secretly actually an Evangelion parody. Where basically you have like the tropey, like everyone wears the color of their Sentai character, you know. But again, over time you start to realize, oh, this is just Eva because they fight a Rita Repulsa, but they're in new Neo Tokyo 2. And the super government is the enemy. And their Green Ranger is Asuka. Like, there's a lot of shit.
Okay, now, it's been a while since I've seen Gigabots, but now I remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's a comedy series, but again, they're still telling a story, and much like the other things I've mentioned, that's what for me makes something tangible. Because again, I want to be able to go back to this and still enjoy it, and not just be like, oh, you're kind of just teasing a thing I like. Which I'm not above it. I can make fun of things I like.
Yeah.
But when it's also entertaining, it's like, cool, I can rewatch this and show other people to get them interested. It's also a way for me to get people who don't get the things I'm into to get the things I'm into.
Yeah. Because it's like like I talked about before, when it comes to like these, like our preference for tokusatsu parodies, we want to at least like make this shit look cool to begin with, even if it is funny and silly and like not taking itself seriously, just taking itself seriously enough to where you can feel invested in the product.
Well, also, I don't want to feel like I'm an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feel like they're making fun of me watching it.
Like, I would say, like, to this day, Death Kappa is one of the most miserable experiences I've had with a parody, just because it feels so mean-spirited.
I've never seen that movie.
We'd have to rewatch it, because I remember kind of enjoying it. Like, I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I've only watched it once.
I only enjoyed the first half of it. It's once they actually went into full-blown kaiju for no reason. Does that, like, hey, look...
Okay, well, it overstays its welcome real quick.
Yeah, and it's, the jokes do not land. They're just done way... It feels like again, the jokes is like, oh, you can see the strings on the jets. Yeah. Hey,
my controversial hot take for parody homages I do not care for, and Andres will also be like this Colossal. You remember Colossal?
I remember Colossal. I mean, I feel like you and I are on different points here.
Again, I had the same thing where I felt this. Well, okay, so let me preface this. When this movie was coming out, people touted it as basically like, I won't name names, but people were certain people in the community were touting this.
David?
As, like, no.
What?
No, we're touting this as like the return to form, like basically like this is the comeback of the kaiju, like, and it couldn't be wrong.
I agree with that. I agree with.
We're touting this like again. They were touting it as like the definitive like kaiju. No, it's. And for me, I think again, I'll concede one end of my dislike for it being like it was not anything like people were saying it was.
Mm-hmm.
And my second half is that some of it movie just came off very mean-spirited and not in a fun way. Like, at the end of the movie, nobody's the good guy, and it's not even like that's the point. It's like, no, you're trying to make me feel good for somebody. No one's nice in this movie. It sets up a very quirky story, and then it results in a very kind of cruel, like, upsetting story of like, again, you're not even sure what they're trying to get at. If it's about someone like being a recovering addict, but also they're also still an asshole, and then someone who you thought was like kind of like the happy-go-lucky person turns out to be like a manipulative, like, psychopathic hoarder, and you're like, what the hell is this movie about? And then, like I said, it's one of those things where maybe we'll do a separate video about it, but like, I don't think the movie totally knew what it wanted to be anymore halfway through. Like, it's introduced its thesis of the concept, which, again, I wouldn't even spoil that, but like, it doesn't stick to it, and then it just goes in this very grim direction that takes you out of the movie.
I definitely understand why people feel that way, because you're not the only one. A lot of people, they were not expecting this kind of movie, and for a lot of people out there, they are just either not comfortable with the subject matter of manipulation and abuse. A lot of people are just like, this is not what I came to see. I totally get that.
And like I said, and then the implementation of, like, they don't do anything with that. Like, they do something with it at the very end, but it's not even to a satisfying conclusion. It's like, that was unnecessary.
For me, it's like, I at the very least found we're not even talking about Gigabots anymore, but I just thought that it had well
Gigabots I didn't want to spoil, just because like that one I can go into just a second, just because like that one I don't even need to explain, where it literally is like a Monster of the Week style show, but again, it's parodying both Power Rangers and Evangelion, right? And we can always rearrange this in the post edit, but yeah. But one, I feel like I don't even need to go into much detail about Gigabots. But
I do want to at least say, like, it's one of those shows, like, we watched it together. You showed it to me, and it's like they
understood the assignment.
They understood the assignment in terms of, like, you know, clearly they're working with zero like a very, very, very low budget. This almost feels like
it's definitely in one. Most of the interiors are shot in one person's apartment.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Mega 64?
Yeah, it's very much in line with when those were coming out, because this was made in like 2016.
Yeah. So, I'm looking at
earlier than that.
2009 to 2010. I'm looking at the IMDb page.
Woo!
So yeah, this does definitely feels like of that era of internet content where it was a step above what you would find on YouTube. This is more like College Humor, I would say. This is like College Humor, Mega 64 style of skits. But it's done.
And what's funny too is that like no one else is like, I feel like it's kind of been lost time, and it's like brilliant. Like, again, I showed Andres this, and like it fucking like rips. Like when I say it's an Evangelion parody, like, I mean, they go for it. Like, they go for the whole like mom's dead, dad's like a asshole working for this like shadow organization. Like, everything you think would be in an Ava parody is there, and everything you would expect out of a Power Ranger parody is also there.
The like, what was it, like, one of the main characters, his father works for like the big scary military company funding their robots, and there's a good chunk of time spent to building their relationship, which is like, you surprisingly get invested in this.
And again, characters have like funny, stupid names, like, out of nowhere. I think one character's name is Chris, but her last name is like Kajimoto. It's like out of nowhere, just a Japanese ass last name. Like, you just get these funny little like asides that are just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, just to remind you just what kind of show this is. Before you get too invested.
and like I said, like the Green Ranger, again, she's literally wearing green, you know, she's like the sixth ranger on the team, but she literally when I say she's Asuka, I mean, she's literally a redhead with pigtails.
Yeah.
And she's kind of a bitch like that. Like, literally it's Asuka. Like, this is like kind of no, this is fucking just Asuka.
Yeah. What was it? They definitely get, I love when they do like their Megazord battles, they get how these robots work, where it's like, okay, two of them become the feet, one becomes the pelvis, one becomes the head.
And also they do it in a very funny way. Like, I can't really
If you Google it,
sequence,
you're gonna see.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I love how like there's one image of like there's one poster of Gigabots that's just the stupid Gatai pose.
Yeah, but like, it's funny as fuck. Like it's
like
good.
even the robot, like when they combine, the robot design actually looks fun and cool.
But and again, it doesn't overstay its welcome either because it's only, I think, 12 episodes, I believe, or 9 episodes.
Yeah, how long are each of these episodes?
And they're only like
5. They're like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's again what's cool about it too. It's digestible. It's super easy to access. Again, I showed my friend the whole season in one sitting. So it's one of those things where like this is so deliciously tasty. And like again, it's like if you've seen these things, you like can appreciate it more. And again, they did their homework. They're making fun of it, but clearly they like it.
Yeah, they like the things.
It's not. I think the takeaway too is it's not cynical. I think actually to try to bring the weird rant about Colossal back to Lenny is that Colossal was very cynical.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Like I said, like I don't mind if they didn't focus on like the monster stuff and stuff like that, but the fact that like there really wasn't anything about it that really screamed, you know what you're doing. You just have a thing there from a thing, but you're not doing anything with it that makes me give a shit about what you could have done with the medium if you were even trying to do that.
Yes, yeah.
And like I said, it was done again in a very cynical way where like this is not how those things really work. Like if you're trying to do it like, you know, what you're trying to parody. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it was. There was it just felt soulless. Like there was no honesty to it. It just felt like you had an idea, which is a fine idea. This could have been like, it could have been a fine movie if the kaiju part was not in it. It wouldn't be a movie for me, but it would have been a fine movie.
Yeah. I understand that.
I think by adding that element and doing nothing with it was just kind of an insult.
Mm-hmm. One last thing I'll say.
Where's that movie you said, that snail monster movie where that's just a shooting sequence? Yeah. Or convincing someone to watch Always Sunny on 3rd Street.
Yeah. Okay, the last
thing isn't that movie, but also it's like, wait a minute, Godzilla's not in this movie. You lied to me.
Last thing I'll say about Gigabots is that I haven't the last time I had an experience like this where I'm going in expecting a goofy show to actually feel invested in the story and the characters. It reminds me a lot of this project that Justin Roiland, the co-creator of Rick and Morty, did several years back. This was in, 2007. It was a web series called Mr. Sprinkles. Mr. Sprinkles, it starts out as a parody of The Cat in the Hat, where it's like, oh, the Cat in the Hat, he goes to children's places and cheers them up, only to find out that the world has changed, children have changed, and the world has become darker and cynical. So for a fun, imaginary character like him, he has no place in the world. And things go from, oh, that's funny, to, oh shit, this is actually kind of dark. Oh, oh my god, I didn't expect me to feel this so bad for this character.
Actually, I think there was another parody show. It was a stop motion show. I think it was very briefly lived. It was like a Power Rangers sort of series, but it was stop motion.
Titan Maximum.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was from the raw chicken people on Adult Swim. It lasted only one season, right?
Yeah, and that's the one I really wanted to bring too, because that one again was, I love the idea.
Yeah.
Love the look.
Yeah.
But again, they play too hard and everyone being kind of an asshole.
Everyone's a dick. Yeah.
And unfortunately it's not endearing. It's like not funny. It's like, this is miserable. And again, it took what I thought would be funny. Again, I would say, I was going to make two comparisons. Mm-hmm. This is basically what everything they do. Everything what Gigabytes did right, they do wrong. Where they have the trope set up, but everyone is such an unlikable asshole that you can't enjoy the parody or homage to it. And it's, at a certain point, you forget you're watching a Power Rangers parody, and you think you're just watching like a sitcom.
Yeah,
but not a very good one.
Oh no, I totally get it. Yeah, and it's like. I remember I watched Titan Maximum growing up, and it's like I actually wish that they had a second season, because it's like, hey, at the very least, it's like very rare to find a Voltron Super Sentai homage show like this. But it's like yeah, at this point, so many years later, looking back, it's like, yeah, this still deserved only one season.
and again, I barely saw it because it just kind of faded out of existence. But it said it was just so cynical.
Here's the funny thing. The show ends on a cliffhanger where Titan Maximum essentially gets decommissioned. Everyone loses their jobs because there's a new badass robot in town who is like who is run by like a rival to the characters, who is of course another asshole. But it's like, you know what? We're better off leaving these characters at that state.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that show again, because in Gigabots, the characters were kind of like, there's one character's kind of a dick, but like that's the funny trope of him.
Yeah, and it's like, just the one character,
and that's his whole deal. Like some characters have a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, but again, it tells a story. That's not the point.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great example of just like the dichotomy of what my differences of what I like and what I dislike in it. Again, Gigabots nails what I love about Ava, and in Power Rangers, Titan Maximum does everything wrong and makes me be like, what are you even doing here, guys? Are you parodying Super Sentai, or are you just kind of like tossing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks? And what sticks is nothing, except for the shit, which is the show.
So now for my last pick, speaking of Power Rangers, this is another Power Rangers parody. This is The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World. Yes, it is one of those titles that basically...
Isekai.
It's an isekai, but it's also one of those titles that tells you the entire plot synopsis right there on the front. So yeah.
Which made me feel dumb.
Apparently this is their best means of capturing readers' attention over in Japan, as my students told me years back. But anyways,
which is kind of sad. It makes us feel like, man, maybe we're not that dumb.
So the thing is, like, I'm not really big on the isekai genre. Just like as an outsider looking in, I know there's like isekais that I really want to get into, or isekais that I grew up with. Look,
technically the Super 8 Ultra Brothers movie is this isekai movie.
Yes, it is. It's an isekai movie.
Yeah, maybe this gets isekai'd.
Monster Rancher was an old school isekai that I grew up loving. Digimon is a great isekai story, absolutely, for sure.
Just where Andres realized a lot of things he likes are isekais.
That's the thing. It's like I loved oh my god, I'm gonna do it. I liked isekais before they were cool.
Well, before you knew that's what they were called.
Yeah. Fucking Neverending Story is technically an isekai to a degree.
Well, later on it does.
Yeah. With the second movie.
The first movie is a fanfic with a kid I wish died. Sorry.
So... the idea of like characters going from one world to another, I have no qualms with. Just with the modern state of isekais, where it's like, I hate they became so kind of cookie cutter,
right, or whatever.
Yeah, where it's like it's also kind of sad in a way where it's like, my old life sucks, it's boring, I want to leave it so I can.
Welcome to Booby Town. Like, yeah, that's what a lot of them are now. It's like the name of the show is like. Dumb loser adventures in Boobyville. Like, that's kind of what they'd be. And it's like, oh, Johnny Lame Pants, like, one day says, man, I hate this, gets hit by a truck, and he's in Tit Kingdom. It's like, okay, I don't need this.
And he gets to have the super ultra awesome, powerful, overpowered, like, superpower of awesomeness.
Actually, but shout out to a book that I want to recommend people. I rarely recommend other books, but there's a book called Crap Kingdom, where the basically elevator pitch it is that basically a kid is about to get isekai'd into like this adventure world, but when he gets there, he's like, this fucking sucks. I don't want this. I'm out. And he basically like bails on his coming of age story, and then his friend gets it, and it actually turns out it's awesome. And he's like, no, wait, shit. No, I wanted that. So the rest of the story is basically him being like, fuck, I fucked up. That could have been my adventure. God damn it. But because the Adventureland he was introduced to looks so terrible, literally gets crap, that he's like, well, I don't need this. So then he's like, God damn it.
I think I heard of like another one where it's like some dude, the main character's uncle was isekai'd years ago. He comes back and the uncle is just trying to like learn how to fit back into society and is devastated upon learning that Sega is no longer in the console industry.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, I think correct. Like, I forgot. I don't remember because it's been a while since I read it, and I don't want to spoil the story. But like I said, essentially, he just like, oh man. Actually, have you ever seen that Key and Peele sketch where like that his one friend takes his joke? It's like, wait a minute, that's mine.
Yeah,
it's like that kind of thing where it's like, God damn it, no, no.
So Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. This was a 2020 manga, and I remember I followed it for a couple of months because it was 2020. No one, I didn't know what we were stuck in our homes doing nothing, and I remember upon learning the premise, it's a genre mashup. It's Super Sentai. It's a Super Sentai parody mixed with the isekai genre, where a Red Ranger. He's in the middle of his final battle of his so-called season, and
he's hard as fuck because he's at the end of his season, so he has all of his powers.
Yeah, and he ends up sacrificing his life to defeat the villain, and ultimately that should be the end of the show. Except it's not. So he ends up reincarnated, or at least transported, as far as we know, to a typical Tolkien-esque fantasy world of elves and monsters and magic. And he ultimately,
but he has like signature moves, and he's like crushing people's skulls because he's like messed up levels of powerful.
So, but like, yeah, and that's the thing. So he's from a superhero team called Kizuna 5, and their whole deal is bonds. Like everything is named after like handshakes, hugging, marriage, friendship. Like their transformation devices is literally like slapping on a Band-Aid onto their wrist mounted device from their little pocket, their like belt attached like packet of Band-Aids. It's really, really fun how they just take the concept of bonding and just put it everywhere in terms of like their weapons, their suits, their whole aesthetic, and even the aesthetic itself. It's not just spandex. There's like really cool bits of armor and leather around them to make it really stand out as a Sentai parody.
But he's like, but again, it's funny because again, he's not so strong because of like how goofy Sentai is.
That is true, but so like going into it, it's like he still gets to have all his powers. He even is able to access his Megazord from the other world, and the anime does acknowledge this, where like the other Rangers are like, where do these things keep going? Like every so often, is the Red Ranger still out there somewhere? Spoilers, that was the teaser for at the end of season 1. But anyways,
it sounds like they should have just hopped in his Megazord and waited for him to start so they can join him again.
So the main character, he becomes an adventurer just to fight, because he's out there fighting for justice. He teams up with this sorceress, this wizard girl who was from a family of well-known wizards until they had fallen into hard times. So the two of them work together so that they can find out how to send the Red Ranger back to his world, while also trying to like work their way up the ranks of being adventurers to for the wizard girl to be able to regain the reputation that her family once had. And from there, the main character, again, he's like very boisterous. He's very loud. He's very energetic. He's all about, again, friendship and justice. And everyone's just weirded out by him. It's like, why do you keep going on about all this friendship bullshit? But it's like the more they hang out with him, the more they realize just how earnestly positive he is. And it's that sort of like positivity that ultimately rubs off on them. And so, and like, as they're trying to get used to his weird powers, they're also like slowly getting used to and appreciating the qualities that he brings into their lives. And it's a very fun, very earnest show. It makes fun of the tropes of Tokusatsu only because it truly loves Tokusatsu, and especially when you get to the casting, because all of the cast, the major characters are all, especially the rest of the Kizuna 5, they are all played by at least the Kizuna 5, I believe, at least they are all played by veteran Tokusatsu actors, save for the Red Ranger himself. The Red Ranger is played by a newbie to the voice acting to the voice acting field, as part of the tradition where in Super Sentai, everyone from every season is a newbie starting off their acting careers right then and there. So it's a nice little like meta bonus where it's like you have all these like veterans, but like for the actual Red Ranger, he's a new guy, just like in real life. There's a lot of the anime, I would say, is an improvement over the manga because they add a lot of flashbacks. And so it's like, here's what happened in episode 5, where the Blue Ranger was dating the girl who turns out to be the monster of the week. Here's what happened in episode 40, involving the main rival versus the Red Ranger, who they had a shared tragic backstory with, akin to, like, say, Burai and Geki from Jew Ranger.
Never forget.
What was it? There was a time where, like, in the first episode, the witch, she's trying to analyze the stats, like the RPG style stats of the Red Ranger, only to find out that rather than getting like mana, defense, attack stats, instead it's like height, weight, special phrase, favorite snack, the kind of stuff that you would see on like a magazine, a Tokusatsu magazine, or a DVD bonus feature. And she's like, what the fuck are these stats? Like, why would I care about his weight? And yet you buy an action figure, those are the kind of stats they would show on like a Safubi character bio. But there's lots and lots of fun references. There's even a Kamen Rider in this show. They find a desert village. There's an Egyptian themed writer girl called Amen, and she says like, oh yeah, I got these powers from a previous hero who came to our world like many, many, many years ago. So it's really cool that you have like both a Sentai hero and a Kamen Rider hero teaming up, and her whole deal are using coins that she attaches to her like device, akin to like Kamen Rider O's, and has an attack, finisher attack like Kamen Rider Phi's. And at one point they're fighting each other, and like, no, someone steals her device to become Amen. And they're both the evil Amen and the Red Ranger are fighting, and their weapons constantly are blaring out these action phrases that's just annoying the hell out of everyone.
That reminds me of that one video. The guy's got it looks like he has a whole power strip attached to his belt and a steering wheel to like a boat.
I think so, probably.
This is a parody video that I saw that was funny. It was making fun of like all the switches and dials.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's making that joke where like these henshin devices, as these henshin devices, they just keep shouting more and more phrases, and everyone is like, God, do these fights have to be so noisy?
Well, what is it? When I played Battle Rider Wars, I played as Drive, and I was like, oh my God. Like the henshin scene sound lasts longer than the attack that I do.
Yeah. So Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. It's so much fun. I'm just when my roommates and I were watching the show, we were just like laughing constantly throughout the whole thing. And so I really hope this gets a second season, just because I absolutely love the hell out of season 1. It ends off on a decent enough note, but it clearly is leaving the door open for further adaptations of the manga. So yeah. And it's also available on Crunchyroll, English subbed, so you can check it out there officially.
I will. So we're slowly coming in for our landing, so we're going to give a few final thoughts. So let's check back in with David. You got any last little bitty bits for us, bud?
No,
I have a few more. That's it? Nothing else?
That's it.
All right, so I got two more that I wanted to mention. Two, they're both video games. One is Chroma Squad, which you can get on Steam, where you basically it's a meta like parody where you first start out as a group of people who are filming a Power Ranger style show, and then a real Power Ranger villain shows up. And your powers become like the powers that they're using become real. There's a few side branch off paths where you either can get a 6 Ranger to your team, you could have the space sheriffs show up and fight alongside you, or the third story, which is the most fun, where you meet basically, you find out one of the characters' father used to be Kamen Rider, and he basically gives you his belt, and for 3 or 4 missions, you basically gain a new superpower where you have a Kamen Rider like style power up, and you have to fight solo against a bunch of enemies. It's really cool.
Nice.
So it's one of my favorite ones. And then another one that I love, that again, a game that was super overlooked. It was part of the I forgot the name of the creator, but it's Wonderful 101.
Oh, fuck! I know, like the creator. It's the creator of Beautiful Joe. Kamiya,
I think, right?
Hideki Kamiya. Yeah.
Hideki Kamiya. Which again, Beautiful Joe already is that way, but I think Wonderful 101 ups the level of that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's basically the world of heroes. Every single nation has its own one hero that kind of protects the area, and they each have their own tropes. There's the main team, or at least the character play is the main colors, like red, white, blue, green, purple, pink, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And
you have your own super mega robot. They have their own sequences. His initial transformation is an homage to Gavan, because when he does a sequence, it rewinds the whole scene you just saw and shows his transformation in slow motion.
Oh yeah. That's definitely very Gavan.
My favorite thing is the final act of the game, because there's a few button mashy sequences. But the final prompt when you're button mashing during the final boss is the button prompt is save the planet. And you're smashing the shit out of the button to save the planet Earth from this final devastating attack from the villain.
Yes, and of course, there's a lot of tropes, Sentai tropes, like the Blue Ranger.
He's the cocky little asshole, becomes your best friend.
The Green Ranger is somewhat the comic relief.
The Pink Ranger is all about fashion.
Yeah, the fashion, the girly girl, basically.
There's a lot of cool stuff, and it's also I believe it's also D. Bradley Baker providing the voice for Wonder Red, who was also the voice of Beautiful Joe.
Oh, nice. I know Beautiful Joe. There's a character akin to Beautiful Joe in the game. I think he's called Postman.
I believe because Sylvia is in the game as a character. I think she's Wonder Cheerleader.
Yeah,
and it's literally just Sylvia from the game. And I think it's weirdly implied that I think Wonder Red is supposed to be just Joe. Possibly because they're both blonde.
Okay.
But the teacher's he's an adult school teacher.
Hideki Kamiya is also a character in there. I think he's called Direct Man.
Yes. Direct Man. He's super strong, but he dies in one hit because he's human.
Yeah.
Also, you can play as Bayonetta.
Yes, she is also in there. Yeah,
and she's Busto.
Yeah. What was it?
But Wonderful 101 is a great game that unfortunately had to be entombed to the Wii U. But you can hopefully maybe purchase physical or on the PS4. If it's still available.
You can also get it on the Switch. I played it on the Switch.
Yeah, but I don't got time for that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't got kind of money unless we have a Patreon. I don't have a Switch.
You're
crazy.
I played on
the Wii U as God intended. I had a Wii U, so I played as God intended. That's why I bought a Switch for beta too.
Oh,
that's not even a joke.
You could get both of those on Switch now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to spend all the money just to play again 2 games.
You did for the Wii U.
Yeah, that was back then. I was young and stupid. I had money and responsibility now.
Well.
But yeah, but Wonderful 101, it definitely would be, I would say, if you want to play if you can find a excellent homage to that stuff, Wonderful 101 definitely is super charming. Excellent little fun time.
I will say, control wise, a lot of people have commented that the controls take some getting used to, and they do.
But once you get used to it, and if you've ever played Bayonetta and stuff like that, you're oh, okay, I get it, because there's a parry system. Once you nail the parry system in that game, it's over. You're I am the best. I am the Wonderful 101.
And yeah, it's definitely it's a very unique gaming experience, and it's once you get it. It takes time to invest into understanding how this system works, because it's sort of like Pikmin. You're working with a lot of different characters all at the same time as one unit.
Also, my favorite part of the game, and this part, like when I first played the game, almost made me cry, is that because the whole intro talks about like the world of heroes, and then it goes like, because again, it's the game starts out as the wonderful 100, and you are the 101th, like the 101st. Like he says, like, oh, we're missing one more, you, and the title sequence shifts, and like the one drops down. You're like, ah, like you fucking like lose your mind. Like, that's me.
I'm the wonderful 101st.
Well, that's the thing also too, is because the opening theme song is the Wonderful One theme song, but they literally say the Wonderful 100 in the beginning of the game, and then at the end of the game, the theme song changes to Wonderful 101.
That's great.
Now that you've joined.
Yeah. I feel like this was a highly overlooked game. Even when it was ported to the Switch, it was still overlooked. And I think a part of it has to do with the controls. But it's like once you understand it, like I said, you got to invest into it. And once you do, everything will click into place. And it'll truly be like a really fun time that unlike anything you've played before.
Also, my two favorite Wonderfuls in that game is Wonder Santa, who's literally just fucking Santa Claus, and Wonder Death, who is death. Yeah, who's actually death. And what's cool is that the descriptions have like actually things. So the death is from the Seventh Seal. It's like a reference to the Seventh Seal movie. Yeah, which is if you know anything about anything.
Oh yeah.
That's a very smart deep cut.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I will say, shout out to Project GG whenever the fuck that thing comes out.
If it goddamn happens, because Project GG, that's the thing. Like maybe I'll end on for my segment is that Project GG was basically like the giant hero, because the whole thing was solo hero, which is Joe. Yeah. Team hero, Wonderful 101, and then giant hero was the final. Yes. Which again was teased, but like I don't know. We have no idea what kind of game this would have been because we only saw a proof of concept trailer, no gameplay, no nothing. Right. So we have no idea.
Like, all we know, like, unfortunately, like, Hideki Kamiya left the project, so I don't think he was able to take Project GG with him. Otherwise, we would have seen something by now. So I'm guessing that the project was shelved at Platinum Games because it's like, hey, this was Hideki Kamiya's thing. Without him, why bother trying to make something without the guy who invented it?
Yeah, like it's there's so much that I want.
It's unfortunate because hey, this could have been the closest thing we would have gotten to a good Ultraman game. Yes, I know people like the Fighting Evolution games, but that was 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah, and again, I like them too. I really would love another one. Like it's one of those things like it would cost you nothing to do this. Come on.
Yeah.
The thing is like, I don't know, because again, the gameplay that is a very specific one, and I feel like that would just get destroyed in like the reviews because like they're not good games, like they're not good fighters.
Right. I mean,
they're good if you like what it is, but like if you want something like you want like Arc System Works or some shit to like do that game.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, if anything, Capcom, can you give us a new Beautiful Joe game at the very least?
Well, again, it was a bummer because again, Beautiful Joe almost had a good third game, but then they decided to make like a Mario Party style game in Red Hot Rumble, so we never got anything.
Yeah.
And the unfortunately not good Beautiful Joe anime. It looks gorgeous. It's just not very good.
I never saw it, unfortunately. I remember it was on the Fox box back in the day. Yeah, I just never had time for it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. One, it's really hard to find now too, but also it just like wasn't good. Like. It's hard to describe. Like it's like you think like that would be rich for storytelling. It's just not somehow.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's where we are. But take us in for a landing. Did you have any tiny little homages you wanted to mention before we close out?
Let's see. I've already mentioned, the Segata Sanshiro with Hiroshi Fujioka when he was advertising the Sega Saturn, only because I feel like those commercials have a lot of that tokusatsu spirit in them, given that it's just like Hiroshi Fujioka just kicking ass as this fictional, legendary martial arts master. So, highly recommend everyone check out a compilation of those commercials. And if you get the chance, check out the new series of commercials that they did for the 60th anniversary of Sega, starring Hiroshi's son, Maito Fujioka.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts from David? Any final thoughts from you, baby?
No. Is that all I needed to say?
You're a liar. Yeah. But Andres, the big question that everyone on top of everyone's mind is: what is the parody? What is the parody series of Draco Azul?
The parody series of Draco Azul.
Is it one of the many drawings I send you at work?
You know what? Okay, if anything,
because I had what is it? I said premature warrior, baby Azul. It's a little Draco Azul in a bassinet.
Goo goo gaga.
Pasta Primavera, Draco Azul.
Prehistoric crab Draco Azul.
Precambrian warrior Draco Azul. Where it's just like it's a coelacanth or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, like I remember this was way back. This goes way back in the day of the SOS, where Bill had an idea of just no. This is David. David, you created the idea for Big Blue Robot. You explained this parody of Draco Azul. You created it.
What do you call it? Frank doesn't know the lore.
He does not know the lore. You got to explain what Big Blue Fella is.
Oh boy,
it was just. What do the children call it nowadays? Fan fiction?
Yes, more like shitpost, but sure.
Shitpost.
I'm scared.
It was a what if scenario. If we were all successful filmmakers in Hollywood, how would Andres's Big Blue Robot turn out? My pitch was that Bill would want to take his manga and adapt it in the typical Hollywood fashion, starring Nicolas Cage and all that.
I love it already.
This summer, Pedro Pascal is.
Oh no! He's already in everything. Damn it!
And the design would be basically the same design, but it would have like he would have like one of those human Power Ranger mouths. And the hands would be, and the hands would be like you would have like gigantic like big O arms, but like not in the fun way, like he looks like a gorilla.
Yeah, and he'll have like his armor will just have a lot of unnecessary detail everywhere. It's just panels on top of panels on top of panels.
Yeah, and that would be it. But yeah, but for me, he's gonna have the weird Optimus Prime mouth. That's it.
Yes, and it'll probably star Sydney Sweeney for some reason.
Oh my god,
he's in the Gundam movie.
Exactly.
But now we're talking about Sydney Sweeney. That's what we know the show's ending.
She's the new Megan Fox. She's there for one reason and one reason only.
But she's the envoy at the end. Anyways, so to wrap everything up, those are a handful of cool. I'm gonna overload Andres' message back with all the things that we talked about today. But that is basically our show for today. I had a lot of fun talking about this because again, as much as I like Tokusatsu stuff, I also like talking about things that homage Tokusatsu because it gives me another outlet to discuss things. Or it's fun, even with homages, like I love seeing people like Sailor Moon and be like, oh, did you know that's Ultra 7's eye laser? Or, certain things where it's like, oh, did you know this came actually from this? Like a thing you didn't expect.
Kinnikuman Man, do you know that started as an Ultraman parody?
Pokemon, did you know that's Ultra 7's Capsule Monsters?
Yeah.
So, like, little things like that are just kind of fun to just, like...
Guyver was once, a take on Kamen Rider. Yeah,
so, again, there's so many things that are just in and out there that you don't expect to have that. And then, again, just striking that pose, the amount of times I've seen that pose, like the Kamen Rider Henshin pose and stuff...
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. In an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!, a character gets surprised and literally strikes the fucking Takeshi Hongo, like, Henshin pose for no reason.
That's great.
It just happens. But yeah, so things are great. So we're going to close things out. So I will go round table. It's David, where can they find you?
I think they already know where to find me.
Say it again. That's the whole point of the show. God damn it. I'll strangle you.
Yeah.
So you can find him at Gorizard. He just put out a King Kong vs. Godzilla 4K restoration. It's really cool. He's really proud of it. Check it out. See, that's how you do your plug, you stupid son of a bitch.
That's how
You're learning, Frank.
It's because I love you, you stupid ass. God damn it.
Now you know what it's like to be this fucker's friend.
That's what it feels like.
So you say friend. What do you mean by that?
A contractually obligated companion.
He's a coworker, all right? No, I'm kidding. Not in front of the guests. The baby's sleeping. And you, Andres, where can people find you?
Yes, you can find me here on YouTube at Kaiju Noir. Follow me on Instagram at Kaiju Noir. Follow me on Twitter at PW_DrakeCoolZool. And you can follow me on Facebook at Primal Warrior DrakeCoolZool and Blue Sky at Kaiju Noir as well. Look forward to seeing me at Kaiju Brooklyn at the end of next month, where I will be selling my comics, my novels, and a few other goodies over there that you will only find at conventions, followed by another appearance at G-Fest, of course, where I'll also have a table as well, plus another...
If that happens. Again, if you know, you know! Again,
I will say that
some things happen real quick around here, we've come to find.
Anyways, I will say that if you're going to G-Fest this year, you're going to see something really, really cool that Creature Preacher and I are currently working on. If you know what Creature Preacher does, it's going to be really fucking cool, I believe. So yeah, look forward to that with my upcoming convention appearances. Also, look forward, check out Kamen Rider Dyad. I worked really hard on the special features as a special features producer, along with my team.
The little voice on the commentary, it's real cool.
Hell yeah! And also look forward to the upcoming Blu-ray release of Garo Taiga, also coming soon from Media Blasters. I also played a part in the commentary of that movie. So yes,
he's in the movie. If you look at the background, he's there. It's true. I checked.
Yes, I'll be there pulling off a henshin pose for no reason.
Yeah.
I'll be joeing my Chaku.
Joseph Chaku.
Yes, that's me in the credits. Joseph Andres Perez, Joseph Chaku.
I'm Joseph Chaku and Jonathan Henshin. And I am 8 Armed Spidey, aka Frankie G. Find me at my cosplay page at 8 Armed Spidey, number 8 ARMED SPIDEY. And I will also be at Kaiju Brooklyn in cosplay, so if you're there and in the know, you can meet me, my jacket that was lovely customized by my one friend who, let me make sure I get his name right, because I actually just helped him record some dialogue for a Superman fan dub.
Ooh.
I play nerdy, a Metropolitan citizen, or Metropolitan, Metropolitan, I don't know what they call Metropolis citizens in that universe. But you can find it. But he's also the person who did the awesome Latino influence in anime video that I posted a while back.
Sick.
That's 8ZU. It's spelled like the number 8ZU, 8ZU. So he'll be there. He's the one who designed my Ultraman Zero jacket, and then Potomi Fashion is the one who made it. But you'll be seeing that live and in person and in color and stereo at Kaiju Brooklyn. So we will be there. We'll be queer, and if you're not there, which David won't be, you're not going to be cool.
I'm sorry, David. The results of the test came back. You're definitely not cool.
Zach, just kidding. We love you, baby. But to close out everything, just to put a pin in everything cool. Again, we like the things we like, and you shouldn't shame anything for doing what they like. So like I said, if bullying ain't cool, keep that shit to yourself. Don't be doing that. Don't be bringing that around our community. All right, or we're coming after you. But we've been the Kaiju Caballeros. We're saddling up and we're heading out. We'll see you guys next time. Which I don't know what our next episode topics would be, but we'll figure it out. It might be just about Kaiju Brooklyn. But we'll find out. Anyways, see you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Henshin a go-go, baby.
He's on crack.
Get off my property.